Hi there, everybody. The question for today is, does God control every aspect of your life and every aspect of everything? For instance, we had a tornado go through Rochester today. Was that God's doing? Okay, well, let's stick around and talk about this. Well, the first thing we need to talk about is, well, that tornado, was that God's doing? No, God created the conditions, heaven and earth and atmosphere and things that happened within, but God didn't put together that tornado to go through Rochester today to teach us a lesson or to make people pray more. Didn't do any of that. God created this beautiful creation, and it was hot and humid on the front side of the front and cool and probably hopefully drier on the back side, and the two met, and there you go. And we just happened to be lucky here in Rochester for that to happen. Everything just kind of came together. Nature was doing its thing. What about people, right? People get confused all the time by pastors who stand up front and say, God has a perfect plan for your life, you better find it. And which of course throws us all into a panic attack. Am I finding it? Am I living that life? What if I miss that life? What if I take a wrong turn on Main Street instead of Main Avenue? I don't know. We're terrified. Or younger people that are single. Oh, what if God only has one person for me and I miss that person because I was too busy X, Y, Z? Will I be miserable and everything for the rest of my life? I'm trying to say relax. Oh, for crying out loud, relax. We need to keep goals and big picture in mind. What's the goal? Well, God's goal is creation, good creation, free of sin, death, evil, wickedness, where He's with His people. That's his goal, and He's working towards that. Within that larger framework, there's you and me, and there's all of creation. We are heading for that way. Okay, as long as we are heading in that way, I think we're good. God gave you a brain, didn't He? So use it. God gave you creativity, right? Use it. In our house right here, I'm sitting on the back porch. In our house, we've got a Roomba, a vacuum robot vacuum, a robot that vacuums. Anyway, that thing is inanimate. Landon lights it up on his phone app. It does its work, returns to its dock, and goes inanimate. Well, it doesn't move. It's always inanimate. Now, the question is, if God is that controlling, we would be vacuum robots, wouldn't we? We would be vacuum robots that are tools in God's shed rather than in relationship with God. Because without free will, without free choice, there is no love. Without free coming to or free pushing away, there is no relationship. And so God has to give us free will in order to have that good end that He's heading for. And I'll borrow a piece from C.S. Lewis here. Even creation itself has free will, much like a tornado going through Rochester. If God was controlling, He would say, oh, no, can't do that. Woo. Everything would be perfect, but it wouldn't be you'd throw yourself off the deck and God would make you levitate, even though and here again, that would take away your free will. So according to C.S. Lewis, free will creation is the neutral canvas, the neutral stage on which we as free actors get to work. We get to choose our directions. Okay, so does God have a perfect plan? Well, I suppose there's one that would be the absolute best for you. But you really don't see that in the Bible anywhere. You never hear Jesus say that. Jesus tells us about the kingdom and how to be good parts of it. He doesn't say stress about, much of anything. He says God will take care of you. Does God have only one person in mind for everybody to marry, get together with? What it would do? No, stop stressing about it. There's lots of people that you can get along with, right? I suppose it sells movies and romance novels to be a soulmate in that one person. Not very realistic, though. There's probably lots of people that you, me, anyway, could be together with. Is there a perfect person? Oh, I'm sure there is. Statistically, there'd have to be, wouldn't there? But what if you miss him? That's all right. You'll still be good to go. What about me as a pastor? Standing up on a Sunday morning, what if I make a mistake? Oh, that'd be bad, wouldn't it? But there's grace. Grace allows for mistakes. Grace allows for going wrong. Jesus in his prayer says, forgive us our trespasses, forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who do those things to us. So it's kind of built in, it's baked into the cake, isn't it? Where free will of you and me, and God doesn't control everything. Now we read in the book of Revelation where there's that glassy sea and the water represents chaos in biblical times. So in heaven there is that representation of God having within his purview even evil itself. Not that there's evil there, but it's he has that within his purview for now, until he destroys it at the end. So everything is within God's purview. Everything is within God's vision, whatever you want to say. But is he micromanaging? No. He gives us that opportunity to work with him, for him here. And that's what you've got to do. That's what I've got to do. We've got to keep that goal in mind and work for that. So, enough said. Does God control everything? No. Is there only one person for you? No. Could God do all those things? You bet he could. Will he? No, because he's smarter than that. All right. See you next time.